Hello, car lovers driving the 2025 Honda Civic Sport Touring. What does sport mean? It just means hatchback. That's what it means. So, this is a compact hatchback that goes for nearly $43,000, which is unfreaking believable. A quick overview. The Honda Civic Sport is a compact hatchback available with a hybrid powertrain. The Honda hybrid system represents engineering excellence. It is effective and reliable. There are three versions. Sport comes with the familiar 2-liter engine and CVT, front-wheel drive, 4-wheel independent suspension, automatic climate control, leather steering wheel, 8-speaker audio, 7-inch infotainment and 7-inch dash, 18-inch wheels, and Honda driving aids. Sport Hybrid adds the hybrid powertrain, dual-zone climate control, heated leather steering wheel, and moonroof. Sport Hybrid Touring adds leather seats, 9-inch infotainment, wireless charging, 8-way power driver's seat, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a Bose 12-speaker premium sound system. Google Automotive Services and Amazon Alexa are built in. Prices are pricey: $34,500, $38,300, and $42,000 with no deals on the financing. For example, a Mazda 3 Sport GT is a bit more pricey than the base Honda Civic Sport. The Kia K4 is substantially less than all the others. And a reminder, Quebecers often shop base models. Nevertheless, Civic Sport is a looker, there's just no question. The hatch is convenient and it is hyper competent to live with every day. We're back. What to say about this vehicle? Well, this is a beautiful vehicle on the outside. There's no question with this paint color. This is a very good looking vehicle. I remember reviewing this generation of Honda Civic when it came out a few years ago, and I remember thinking to myself, and I remember saying during the video that this was conservative, it was classy, it was going to age well. I seem to recall that. And of course, the high level analysis turns out to be true. This is aging very gracefully. Ross felt that way too. So here we are in 2025. What to say about this vehicle? Well, the exterior assembly is class average. The paint quality has always been, Honda's never been known for great paint quality in terms of just that pop. This color though is very nice. On the inside, it is, I would say, pretty good room for a compact. Ross and I are not scrubbing elbows, though it is close. I do have a tremendous mansplaining position here, which is very good. When sitting behind myself, it fits, but it can't be somebody bigger than me. All right, so that's what it is when I'm sitting in the driver's seat and I'm sitting behind myself. There you have it. The hatchback is very convenient, right? For those Costco moments when you're dragging that 55-inch television, you can stick it back there. You don't have to ask anybody favors, or you don't have to go like, trying to put it in and being awkward. It's just gonna work. A hatchback just works fine. A few remarks about the drivetrain. It is very good. It goes very well. I have a friend, an acquaintance more I should say, who bought the Honda Civic hybrid. They do a lot of highway. They're getting 6.57. When you do the city, it goes down drastically because the hybrid system is really meant for the city. And that's what I have to say about that. It is very good. It is very powerful. I'm pressing on the gas right now. Torque is very fast. It's well powered. This is a really well assorted engine for the weight of vehicle. Ross made that remark off camera. I have to agree with him. You get the traditional Honda easiness, decent visibility here, a bit half-ass over here, and okay rear visibility. So that's where we're at for that. The interfaces are very easy though, I must say. The seats are comfortable for 1.5 hours. After that, they're going to get uncomfortable, which is totally class appropriate. But that hour is going to be sweet. All right, that good hour is it's going to be a sweet hour. Digital dash, very good. This infotainment must be probably the least good looking infotainment in the category. However, it is probably one of the best infotainments in the category in terms of usability, ease of use. These hard buttons here on the side, which are redundant and are wonderful. The climate control is probably the finest in terms of ergonomics on the planet. There's just no question. I mean, just this adjustment is so easy. It goes so well, and I'm very happy to use it. You have an induction charging for the phone. You have drive modes. You have the driving aids are very good for Honda. I certainly enjoy them. You just set it and you forget it, right? It just does the job. So these things are working well for Honda. They're good in an accident. Hondas have always been good in accidents. In fact, I remember I went to one car show when they had a bashed up, like a Honda that went through an accident. That's what they presented at the car show. It was really funny, and the guts coming out of the car and everything. But it was just to show you that the cabin had survived very well. So this is very good. This is a very good car. Decently quiet on the highway, I would say. The high-end sound system, it's no longer the case of those Honda high-end sound systems which sounded like crap. Now you have Bose, so it sounds pretty good. The suspension is, I would say, perfectly tuned. This is for a single setting suspension. You don't even need adaptable dampers. I mean, this is just so well done. So very good Honda on that level. So what's the problem here? The problem here is the price. I can't pay over $40,000 for this car. It's impossible. And at $43,000 plus tax plus the financing, bought over 60 months, we are looking at over $900 payments, which is crazy, right? For a Honda Civic, you're gonna pay. I know the prices of cars are going up, but I'm just saying I am not feeling that $900 payment in here, and that is the problem. So if you can get a nice lease, that's good. The resale value on these things are unbelievable, and rightly so. They're just built like tanks. They go so well. It is a pleasant driving experience. And if you fork the money, I think over time you may feel that maybe you're getting your money's worth. Having that said, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Ross does make the remark that once it is paid off, it is very good for the sound personal finances. And at this price, you're starting to get into interesting competition. Do you get a mid-trim Honda Accord? Do you bother getting a Tesla if you are doing less than 20,000 kilometers or a lot of city driving? I mean, this car just goes so well. I mean, the suspension is way better than that Tesla. I think the exterior styling gives Tesla a run for its money. The front visibility is not the same, and just the visibility period is better in the Tesla. The infotainment is easier in this vehicle, though it is more technically complete in the Tesla. It's just more of a thoughtful, updatable package. The rear space room is better in the Tesla. Here in front, I think it's a bit better in the Tesla. So it's an interesting thought experiment. You're competing against everything at $43,000. A lower model compact crossover with four-wheel drive. This vehicle does not have four-wheel drive. So in the winter climate, right now, in the space of 10 years, we went of Honda Civic being a no-brainer to most Quebecers wincing. You can see their eyes twitch when you mention that the car is not all-wheel drive, right? There's just no question, right? And it's an interesting evolution in car needs, right? So that thought, I'm putting that out there. What's my final assessment? The car's too expensive. That's what it is. And at $39,000, I'm buying it. Ross says, well, then you're getting the sedan. And that's a good part. Yeah, yes, I would choose the sedan over this vehicle. Because even at $39,000, $40,000 were limit. And it's true the interior is aging gracefully. And that's a good remark from Ross. But it doesn't feel like more than $40,000 in here. No, there's just no way. And the seats too. Everything here is compact, right? And that's what I have to say about that. So great car in the purchase. On the lease, there's a lot of competitors. And that is the review. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.